points. You find yourself down 14 points now, and you've got a quarterback that has yet to throw a touchdown. You've got to find a way to create a spark, and I think they're hoping that the price is right.
Oh, I like that song.
Well, okay, it took you a while.
Wow. Yeah, well, a little slow there.
3rd and 9.
Come on down.
Big down here, big down.
For Price, who works out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right. Puts up in the pocket. Cocks and throws and finds Tobias Palmer short of the first down. Northrup and Riggs on the play. 7 yards on the pickup, and now a decision for Tim Lewis.
Well, if we see the replay here again, you see a kind of what we call on offense a wrap concept. They got a high-low concept. You see one receiver set down underneath, another receiver setting over the top, and now the quarterback is making the read. Can I wait for the number 1 guy above him to clear? Which was number 10, Tobias Palmer there.
Colton Schmidt will punt it away for the Iron. Does a terrific job of keeping it inside the 20 and does it again. This one down at the 1-yard line. He had 12 punts inside the 20 coming into today's game. 52 yards on that punt.
Marvin, that looked like your pitching wedge.
Yeah, I was going to say it was
drew it back a little bit.
More wedge game there.
Wow, nice job. Colton Schmidt. Look at that. Got the world on a string right there. Look, he's talking to it.
He's actually telling it to kick out of his. I mean, listen, he had that little bit of cut spin on it and kicked it out of bounds to the right side there.
I tell you what, he knows where the weight room is too. He's backing some heat.
Special teams player of the week against San Antonio earlier this season.
Yeah, he put 3 out of his 5 punts inside the 20. I think you mentioned him, Mark. He leads the Alliance.
Yeah, came into the game 12 inside 20 punts. So far this season. Devion Smith now in the backfield for Gilbert, who hands it off and right up the middle before he's finally crushed by number 25, Jack Tocho, but that's enough for a first down. 17 yards on the pickup.
One of the things Coach Spurrier hoped that they were able to do is be able to run the football more effectively in the first half of these football games. They've closed them out by running, but he wanted to be able to run it more effectively early.
A nice, powerful run by Devion Smith right through the middle of that Iron defense. How about Jamar Summers trying to come up there and dislodge the ball? I tell you, he showed great contact balance on that run. Devion Smith.
Green 10.
They keep it on the ground, put it inside again to Smith.
Boy, that's easy.
Who picks up about 7 yards on the play. Nick James in on the tackle for the Iron.
So, you know, we talk about this Orlando offense being explosive, and really you kind of think about the passing game. They lead the Alliance in runs over 10 yards, so they're just as explosive on the ground as we saw from Devion Smith. Ernest Johnson certainly plays a part in that as well.
Yeah, 23 runs of 10 yards or more, and now they've added to that at least 2 already in this ballgame.
Averaging 127 yards per game, which ranks 4th in the Alliance, as this time Gilbert pulls the ball out of the stomach, rolls right, and finds Charles Johnson on the right sideline. A pickup of 10 yards as Bradley Sylvie is in on the stop and pushes him out of bounds.
One of the things that makes it more effective, your passing game, is when you can run the football effectively, you're going to open up lanes in the pass.
Yeah, when we talked about Tim Lewis about what's so hard about that RPO offense, he said it really just freezes your linebackers. Now they can't attack downhill. They're kind of hesitating.
Green 10.
Gilbert keeps it on the ground. Smith
I mean, that's real close to a
picks
face
up
mask every single
6
time.
yards on the play. Pick up 2nd and 4. Massaquoi, the first one in there for the Iron defense.
Sean, this offensive line for the Apollos is really doing a nice job. You know, we know they've done a great job thus far this year pass protecting, but we see here today where they're in there grinding in the run game.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. You know, it didn't really look like there was even much on that run, but Devion Smith just did a really good job getting those dirty yards.
Green 10.
2nd and 4 for Gilbert. The play action takes it back down the middle and throws it over the middle of the football field, intended for Jalen Marshall. Jack Tocho on coverage, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Coach, looked like the ball's a little bit behind Jalen Marshall on this throw. You could see that he was kind of waiting for him to clear into that throwing window, and I'll tell you what, though, if he had let him, that would have been a big-time collision. He might have lost that receiver for the game.
Yeah, I think he put it where he felt like Jalen could make a play or nobody.
Yeah, try to protect himself a little bit.
Try to protect him.
It's done.
34% this season in third down conversions for the Apollos.
Green 10, green 10.
Gilbert with plenty of time goes across the formation to his tight end, Mac Weiser. Weiser enough, well, nearly enough for a first down. Picks up about 2 yards on the game. Powell is the first iron defender on the play.
You know, one of the things the Apollos were, you know, a little bit leery of, and talked to Garrett Gilbert about the 5-man pressure that they would see from this Birmingham defense, and do a nice job here in protection, allowing him to throw the ball underneath to the crossing route, just not enough for the first down there.
A nice tackle by Joe Powell. Birmingham's defense came into this game leading the league in third down. They get off the field on a big stop.
Turk again. Keeps this one inside what looks to be the 20-yard line, down at right at the 20. So Orlando leads at 14-0. Birmingham will have the ball when we come back. You're watching the Alliance on TNT.
There are places in this world that bring things back.
On April 5th, that cat was dead.
Cheers.
Right hand.
A novel by Stephen King.
I know what you're thinking of doing, but then don't come back the same.
Daddy.
The author of It and The Shining.
Sometimes dead is better.
Pet Cemetery, directed by Kevin Kolsch and Dennis Widmeyer.
Welcome back. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Birmingham yet to get on the board. A quarterback change after an interception. Luis Perez was pulled. And Keith Price now takes over the controls for the Iron, trailing 14-0. Price again, as we mentioned earlier, 3 seasons in the CFL. Threw 75 touchdowns for the Huskies at Washington, nearly 9,000 yards as he opens it up inside with his running back. That's Trent Richardson, who bowls his way out for about 5 yards on the play. Terrell Worthy on the tackle.
You know, this Birmingham offense needs to, you know, really, as I said earlier, you want to mount a drive. You want to get some points in here. We got 10 minutes left in this second quarter. Let's cut this lead to at least in half as we go in halftime.
Richardson, who has 7 rushing touchdowns on the year, only averaging 2.4 yards per carry on the season. As they keep it on the ground to Richardson, who is eaten up right at the line of scrimmage and drugged back. He coughs up the ball. Whistles blow. They're going to call that a dead ball.
We might get another flag. He threw the ball at the defender.
Take another look at this.
Coach, it looks to me, Trent's going to run the ball out here, but I thought he could have cut it back. See that backside A gap right back there? I thought if he would have pressed it and cut it back, he had some room to run. You could see, right there, that ball's out.
This play's going to be challenged. This ball was pulled out. Whether or not his forward progress was stopped or not, that will be the question of whether that happened. But as you said, you said the key word there, Sean, press. He's got to press the line of scrimmage.
Closer look at the strip, and you can tell that it looks like his forward progress has stopped, but the ball is ripped out.
He's definitely not down. The question is really, did they blow the whistle? Had they blown the play dead?
Yeah, I think this play will come back, as it seems as though the forward progress was stopped. He was being knocked backwards when they pulled the ball out.
Our referee is James Carter as we look at Steve Spurrier, the Apollos head coach.
Of course, for Birmingham, they put the ball on the ground 5 times last week. So this is kind of becoming a theme for them as well.
Yeah, the 3 turnovers last week ended up giving their opponents 9 of the 12 total points on the day.
On the field is that the runner's forward progress was stopped.
that play is not challengeable. Orlando will retain their timeout as well as their challenge.
All right, so Steve Spurrier, in a sense, I guess, wins that round. Doesn't lose the challenge or the timeout. Richardson was considered down with about a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 right now for Keith Price and the Iron, as Perkins out of Mississippi State lines up in the backfield with the Iron quarterback. Trips left. Price tries to sneak one in there, and there's Reeser again, who collected an interception for his 2nd touchdown on the season earlier in this game and almost gets another.
Man, this is going to haunt him again. He dropped a clear interception last week as well, but you mentioned him, Mark. He's looking for another pick 6 right here. Almost looked like, Coach, he started running before he even caught the ball there.
Yeah, he kind of got a little bit ahead of himself there with that.
If I'm Steve Logan, I'm going to tell my quarterback, stop throwing his way. Let's go to the other side of the field.
Well, we said you can't sleep on this Apollo defense. They've done a nice job on 3rd down, done a great job in the red zone this season.
Colton Schmidt with a deep punt. That's Johnson, who picks it up down the left sideline, breaks a tackle, and out near the 28-yard line. 51 yards on the punt. Orlando will take over on offense. When we come back, they lead it 14-0.
I've been a soldier for 3 years. I've scaled the toughest terrain and faced plenty of my fears as part of my training. And for the past 2 years, I've been a Navy Federal member. So even out here, I can pay securely with mobile pay, linked to my free checking account.
I don't know about this. It's...
What did she say?
She said, I don't know about that.
I couldn't hear my helmet.
No, your ears are completely exposed.
Yeah,
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
This month, the Alliance is teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club of America to help kids cross the goal line. Terrific program as we're back at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. The Iron down 14-0. 8:53 remaining here in the first half as Garrett Gilbert and the Apollos have pretty much had their way offensively. Of course, Keith Reeser had an interception return for a touchdown, which forced Tim Lewis to make a change at quarterback. So Luis Perez is no longer playing, but Gilbert right now, pretty good numbers as you look at it. 11-13, 129 and a touchdown for the Apollo quarterback.
Yeah, 129 yards passing. Birmingham has only given up 150 coming into this game.
Green 10, green 10.
1st and 10. Gilbert. The ball late outside to the intended target. Davion Smith, Beniquez Brown is on the play for Birmingham.
There was a nice shot there earlier of Casey Sales, who's done a nice job thus far for the Birmingham Iron defense all year. Really reminds you of those 3 forward players that played so well for the Pittsburgh Steelers over time.
Yeah, I played against them when I was with the Cleveland Browns. Aaron Smith was a handful. I think about Brett Kiesel, you know, those kind of guys.
Kiesel.
Just
Yes,
really
sir.
good 2-gappers. Of course, they had Casey Hayward playing the nose guard. That helped out a lot.
Helped a little bit.
Green 10, green 10.
2nd and 10. Gilbert, plenty of time, throws it outside, intended for Rennell Hill. Jamar Summers, and
I know I missed it a little bit outside,
10,
Mark, but
that's where you want to miss it, though, right?
That's right. You got to like how the ball comes off his hand, though. You know.
Yeah, he gave his receiver a chance. Just going back to this Iron defense, you know, watching them on film and just kind of seeing their scheme. I mean, they've got the Pittsburgh Steelers written all over them. They call themselves the Iron Curtain, not to be confused with the Steel Curtain, as you know all too well, Marvin. But the scheme, and hearing Tim Lewis talk about how they had to implement the game plan and teach everybody how they were going to install this defense was pretty fun.
3rd and 10 for Gilbert and the Apollos. He throws back to his wide receiver. Again, this time it's Ishmael Hyman. Bradley Sylvia on the play. That's pick up a 12, and that's going to move the chains.
It's a good look here. You see Sean and Mark. The Iron defense is going to be in a man-to-man coverage situation, and a nice job by Hyman of coming back and beating one-on-one coverage and getting back to the football.
Yeah, you mentioned coming back to the ball, and even though he came back to the ball was a little bit off target, still made a nice play, just kind of contorting his body to protect it.
Green 10, green 10.
First and 10, they keep it on the ground this time. Inside to Davion Smith. He picks up 4 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6.
There's that guy, Casey Sales, in there on the tackle. But again, this big, strong Orlando offensive line, that's what Tim Lewis talked about. It's one of the things is their offensive front was so strong, and they're doing a nice job in here today running the football. 4 yards, 5-yard gains on these first down plays make those keep you ahead of the chains.
I always felt it was so hard to run against that 3-4 defense in between the tackles, but here you can see they're in their nickel defense right now, so it's an even front. It's 4 down linemen.
They keep it on the ground. Smith breaks a tackle out over the 50-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play. Spearman, the first Iron defender, in on the tackle along with Bradley Sylvie.
How about the center, Jordan McRae, right here, getting up to the 2nd level. Watch him right there. Get up to that 2nd level. It certainly clears it up for the running back when you can get a clean release like that. But I mentioned they're spreading them out right now. They're basically going 3 wide receiver personnel, which brings the Irons base defense of 3-4 defense off the field, and now they're smaller packages out there.
Gilbert fakes the jet sweep, hands it off inside to Smith, who picks up 1 on the play. Jeremy Falk, the defensive tackle, in on the stop. One of the things that Steve Spurrier told us this week was that Tim Lewis defense runs at least 5 coverages. Most of the defenses, he says he sees 2 or 3. He says the concept and the scheme they run in Birmingham is better than anything he's seen in the Alliance so far.
And I know Tim was concerned about Charles Johnson, make sure they had different ways to take him out of the game.
Green 10, green 10.
2nd and 9. Johnson down here at the bottom of your screen to Gilbert's right. Gilbert buying time and finally throws it away out of the pocket. It's over the line of scrimmage. That should not be grounding. It'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, Coach, when you look at that play, all right, it was really a 3-man route, but they're flooding the right side. So if you're a quarterback, if you roll to the left, you've got no help.
You got nobody over there. You got to either run and throw it out of bounds like he did.
Yeah, if you're going to scramble, go to the right where your receivers are. He literally had nobody on the left side of the field there.
Yeah, you saw the vertical flood concept, as you said, 3 guys vertically down the field, breaking the ball and then giving him a chance to make a read.
Go.
Ryan Green now in the backfield for Orlando, who has been active all season until today. Gilbert under pressure, hit while he throws. That'll be incomplete. Ryan White, number 22, who comes inside and makes the hit on Gilbert. There's the flag.
No explanation for that one. There ain't no explanation for that.
I think Garrett's saying that you're on my Christmas card list for next year. He's going to make sure he gets one.
I was an hour and a half late. Out of there.
He's donning another hat. He's got both his helmet and official's hat. You'd like to throw somebody out of the game, wouldn't you?
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 51. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
What I saw from that, though, is the Orlando offense came out in 4 wide receiver set, though. They took the tight end off the field. They got 4 wide receivers again, and again, you see the extra player coming off the pressure, running right through the outside.
And you can see Dixon, who the penalty was called on, gets there first, but it's the extracurricular after the ball's released by Gilbert that gets him the flag.
Yeah, it wasn't the initial hit. It was the fact that he took him down to the ground well after the fact. But, Coach, you mentioned the pressure right there by Ryan White. The running back's got to do a better job picking him up.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. A counter play off the pitch inside. Ryan Green picks up about 5 yards.
Well, I'll say this, nothing gets your offensive line more fired up than your quarterback taking an unnecessary shot and then giving somebody a tongue lashing.
Yeah, his quarterback was taking up for himself there, though.
2nd and 5 now for this Orlando team, up 14-0 with about a little over 5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Down. Green 10, green 10.
Pitch, counter, and back to Gilbert, who looks over the middle and finds Johnson on the dig route to about the 10-yard line. A little trickery from The head football coach, Jack Tuckshow, makes the play after a 16-yard gain.
All ball coach was setting that one up, Sean.
Yeah, this is a little toss, flea flicker. Look at this. Fakes the play they just ran before, hands it back to him. Don't tell me that Steve Spurrier doesn't want to put a 30-burger up on Tim Lewis right now.
30-burger. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that a Jersey thing?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. With a fried egg on top all day.
Green 10, green 10.
First and goal from the 10. Gilbert. The double move up top of the wide receiver, underthrown to Johnson, who had looked to beat the corner. And Jamar Summers in coverage.
Charles Johnson beat him so bad he fell down and was still wide open.
I think he beat him twice. Oh, he had him for a touchdown. If he puts that ball on the back pylon, I mean, if this ball goes there to the back pylon, it's a touchdown.
It's one of the best things Charles Johnson does. He has great body control. We saw him in the first week of the season against the Atlanta Legends make a double move for a touchdown in the right-hand corner of the end zone.
Spurrier saying this week that he's a special receiver with terrific football instincts. Play clock under
Green 10,
3.
green 10.
Second and goal. Gilbert with plenty of time looking to the far pylon, and Jamar Summers and Charles Johnson get in a hand-fighting match, and the ball falls incomplete to bring up third and goal.
We know the NFL teams are paying close attention to these guys, but one of the things will be is the age of some of these players. Charles Johnson a little bit longer, as they say, longer in the tooth. May hurt him a little bit to go to, again, for another opportunity.
Well, great job by Jamar Summers on that play. He read the route. He was in press man coverage up on Charles Johnson. I was looking forward to this matchup, really two of the best at their position in the Alliance, and he sniffed that route out, Mark. He was all over it.
Green 10, green 10.
Gilbert, third and goal from the 10-yard line. They hand the ball off inside the green, makes a couple players miss down inside the 5 before the cavalry arrives. 7 yards on the pickup, and now a decision from Steve Spurrier on fourth and goal.
Nice job trying to think they might catch him and run the draw up in there.
Well, you know, Steve doesn't play by normal rules, so I could see him going for it. But here, you take the points, you make it a 3-score game, right, Coach?
Yes. You know, you mentioned Jamar Summers, and he's at the opposite end of that spectrum. He was just a college free agent in 2018 with the Steelers, so he's earning another opportunity to get to play in the NFL.
So this is Elliott Fry from 21 yards, a perfect 8 for 8 on the season, and that one's down the middle. Put up another 3 for Orlando. We'll lead it 17-0. Let's take a listen into the old head football coach, Steve Spurrier.
All right. We're here to play all day. Every play the best we can. Let's do it. Every play the best we can. That's how you throw the ball around. And just get out of the way. Just get out of the way when you can't make a hard catch. Just get out of the way. I mean, you can't keep calling these penalties that nobody sees. Okay. Go, Rennell. Go, Rennell. There he is. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
73 years old, back surgery most recently. He's having a ball out there.
The HBC, head ball coach.
I love he told Ernest Johnson, just get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Stop trying to catch the punt.
So Birmingham still looking to get on the board. We've got about 3:29 remaining here in the first half. Quarterback Keith Price pitches the ball to Brandon Ross over the left side to pick up about 3 on the play. By the way, Ross last week had a great game, averaged over 7 yards a carry, 9 carries for 64, but had that critical fumble late in the game, which kind of sealed it for San Antonio.
Yeah, it really went against how the success of the Iron of taking care of the football and playing great defense in their loss last week.
2nd and 8 for Price out of the shotgun. The crossing route wide open. LaDamian Washington out over the line to gain. Picks up 10 yards on the play, and that'll move the chains.
Well, you can see nice job right here on the little crossing route. By LaDamian Washington. He's a big target, 6'4". You know, when we talked to Luis Perez, he said, I really like his catch radius. But for the Missouri Tiger, he's showing some wheels right there.
Yeah, they really have a diverse group of receivers, the Iron, with some smaller, quicker guys and these big radius guys.
1st and 10 for Price. Finds the seam route wide open. That's Wes Saxton, the tight end who led the team a week ago with 3 catches for 54 yards. 22 on the game. Reeser with a tackle.
Takes us to the 2-minute warning. My man was continuing to try to get out of bounds. Just go vertically.
You see him run right up the seam right there, and it looked like he passed him. Will Hill just passed him to nobody. Just let him run right down the middle of the field.
Finally, Price now, the second quarterback of the day for for Birmingham, has the Iron on the move. Looking to score for the first time in this half. Orlando leads at 17-0.
Have a seat.
Okay, where's the food? What kind of meeting is this?
There's no food. We just said that so you would show up.
What? No food?
There's someone we think you should talk to.
Hey, Dan, your coworkers told me you haven't done your taxes. I just want to say, you can call a TurboTax Live CPA for help. We'll help you get your refund and get back to your life.
You'd really do that for me?
Yeah, Dan. It's literally my job.
Thanks, guys.
So there's no snacks, nothing?
I brought kale.
TurboTax Live, now with CPAs on demand.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, and no wandering a car lot. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
Welcome back, everybody. Stay tuned for the Alliance All Access halftime report with Alex Flanagan, Ron Woodson, Kevin Carter, and Cynthia Freeland. We'll have the Glenn Robinson feature, and of course, they'll preview the afternoon game between Salt Lake and San Diego. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Birmingham yet to get on the board, but they've got a little something going. Keith Price, who has relieved Luis Perez at the quarterback position, has them on the move. 2 timeouts remaining for Birmingham, who will face 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Perkins in the backfield. Price out of the shotgun. He'll break it past the 30 and take it down to about the 25-yard line. A pickup of 11 on the play for Will Hill forces him out.
Again, nice job there by Keith Price. Nobody open. He runs out, moves his chains.
You're going to see the receiver right there, Coach. He just kind of clears out, and there's nobody at home. There's nobody there defensively. You can see Will Hill lost track of the football, and he just kind of sneaks out the side door. Good heads-up play.
Orlando was in man-to-man defense, so they're chasing receivers. Everybody's got their back turned.
Darius Perkins in the backfield now as Price works from under center, and the play-action bootleg. Nice job. Price steps up in the pocket, looks for his tight end, and misses Saxton, who was wide open for a potential touchdown.
So, Mark and Sean, my first thinking is, why are you running a play action at this point when it's underneath 2 minutes? Because you know you're getting vertical pass rush, but they did have the little Y sneak play on.
Yeah.
If you see where he's going to block, and sneak back down the backside.
Oh, man, he had Wes Saxton wide open. I mean, all he had to do, Mark, you're a former quarterback, just put a little more air on that ball, let him locate it, and it's a touchdown.
And Saxton, 6'4", 235 pounds, although an athletic guy, he's not a wide receiver and probably not able to adjust quite as well as some of the wide receivers on the field. So it's 2nd and 10 now, play clock down to 1. Price from the shotgun throws a laser inside to number 17, LaDainian Washington, who takes it down about 21 yards on the play before Will Hill makes the play.
Boy, that's an impressive throw there.
You see him come right in here in the middle of the field. Tell you, Price is going to take a big hit right there. Looks like Will Hill kind of slipped as he was trying to close on the break.
Roughing the pass to defense number 59. That penalty will be declined. The result of the play is the first down.
I know as we've talked to some of the head coaches the last couple of weeks, their quarterbacks have been getting hit. And I think the officials today are trying to clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, they clamp it down on a little bit. I'll say this, anytime you lead with your forearm or your elbow like that, you're probably going to get called.
You're going to get called, yeah. The defenders should know better.
But in O'Kine's defense, he is 6'7", so when he comes after the quarterback.
So Trent Richardson has checked into the ball game. Lines up in the deep I formation. Hand it off, and just like that, he walks into the end zone. His 8th rushing touchdown of the season, and Birmingham's on the board.
Birmingham shows why they're leading the Alliance in red zone offense.
Going to get a couple of double teams inside here. Looks like the right guard and right tackle is going to power that 3 technique back into the end zone. You know, one saying you had as an offensive lineman, if you put your guys' feet in the end zone, you're going to score. They did a good job right there on that double team, and like clockwork, Trent in the end zone.
The Iron, I was going to say, the Iron still have yet to have a passing touchdown, though.
Price, by the way, 5 of 7 for 76 yards after relieving Perez. The 2-point conversion out of the shotgun, throws it to the right side, takes a hit. Is the ball caught? Yes, it is. That's Patton who goes down and gets it. Covered by Marquez White. So now they find themselves not only with a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and trail by 9 points with 1:32 remaining here in the half.
My goodness, look at this hit right here by Garvin. I mean, Trent Richardson's got to block him. That's his man. Trent Richardson tried to release. And look at this catch right here. Wow.
Nice job. Great throw by Keith Price, putting the ball right on the receiver's numbers there for a chance to go down and get it.
Oh, he's taught as a quarterback, when that defensive back's helmet is turned away from you, that guy's open. He might look like he's plastered, but that guy's open. Go ahead and throw it. He does it, and a great job by Patton to get them within 9.
That doesn't count as a touchdown pass, though, right, Marv? So they still don't have one yet?
We're still without.
Right, but they got momentum.
They have momentum.
Green turn.
So Orlando takes over to 25. Gilbert out of the shotgun. Throwback screen to number 22, Dearness Johnson. Breaks a couple of tackles out past the 40 and down to about the 44-yard line. A pickup of 19 on the play.
You know, they showed a good shot of Coach Rick Minner, the defense coordinator for the Iron there. This is such a critical drive here to stop Orlando here and go into halftime with the momentum. You got to make a big stop here.
You know, anytime you're running this kind of offense, you're thinking draw or screen. I like the fact that they rolled out to the right and threw the screen back to the left.
Gilbert out of the play action on 1st and 10. Buys time and throws the ball incomplete. That one intended for Rennell Hall.
Mark, these quarterbacks are earning their paycheck today. They're taking some hits.
Gilbert got hit a ton last week. I mean, he got leveled at least a half a dozen or more times. We saw already the roughing the passer penalty earlier called on Birmingham as Gilbert was thrown to the ground. That time he takes a shot.
Yeah, one on both sides so
Mark,
far.
you know, as a quarterback, you break contain like that, you get out of the pocket, you better make a quick decision. Either throw the ball away or you're going to end up taking a big lick.
Down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Gilbert out to the outside.
Boy, that's a nice play there by Devontae Dye, getting the ball out of bounds, stopping the clock, saving a timeout here.
Yeah, really heads-up play. For Orlando, you've got 3 timeouts. So really, I mean, they have every play at their disposal right now on Coach Spurrier's big menu call sheet.
That's right. On that big call sheet, Coach got it all.
He's just saying, take care of the ball right now, okay?
No, Coach wants points.
Yeah, but don't give it to him.
Green turn.
3rd and 2. Gilbert hands the football off inside to Johnson, who breaks a tackle out to the right side to the 30, the 25, inside the 20. He gets out at about the 18-yard line. It's Aaron Adeoye who comes up with the tackle. A gain of 36 on the play.
Looks like Ryan White, number 22, is going to come in on the tackle. I think these defenders collide. They hit him at the same time.
An injured player doing the play. For under 2 minutes, they will be charged their first time out of the half.
Well, really, again, number 22, Ryan White, the nickel player. You got to come in and make that tackle. And that's the key part of his job, not only coverage, but he also being a tackler when you play in that nickel position like that. And that's a big play to let get outside and out down the boundary.
Sounds easy and sounds simple, but just come in and wrap up.
Wrap up.
That's
Use
all
your
you
arms.
got to do. Don't
Tackle
try
with
to
your arms.
deliver that knockout blow.
There's Coach Minner there, who's done a great job with this defense all season, but this is critical here. We want to try to keep, if we could, keep points off the board here. Now they obviously are in the makeable field goal range already.
Elliott Fry, who is perfect on the season, the field goal kicker, 9 for 9. Has a long 47 yards on the season. That's well within his field goal range.
Now for equipment malfunction.
That's a new one there. We haven't heard that one yet. But again, with 39 seconds, 3 timeouts, Orlando has everything. They can run it and throw it here. You know, they really have an opportunity to use the entire play sheet here. Really puts a lot of pressure on the Iron defense.
Well, we talked about this in the open. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. I'm just really impressed with Orlando's offense, how they've been able to kind of march up and down the field at will. I mean, they almost have 300 yards of offense in the first half alone. And when you see what Birmingham has done to so many offenses, got them out of rhythm, got them off the field on 3rd down, they just haven't had an answer today for Steve Spurrier and Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah, they've only been giving up prior games 250 yards a game, and Orlando has already surpassed that in the first half.
287 total yards on the day so far by Orlando. In fact, they've rushed the ball 105 yards already in the first half, as Birmingham has managed to accumulate just 113 yards of total offense in the first half.
Well, they had the missed opportunity on the muff punt, and they don't get points there. And again, their 3rd down, the interception.
All right, while they tend to the wardrobe malfunction,
the equipment,
we'll step away. We're back right after this. Welcome back to Legion Field. Garrett Gilbert, 15 completions to 8 different receivers today. Numbers are good. 15 to 23, 182 yards, and a touchdown. And knocking on the door again. Under a minute to play. 39 seconds in the first half. Got the wardrobe malfunction squared away, and Steve Spurrier's had a couple of extra minutes to think about this play on 1st and 10.
Look out.
Down. Get through. Get through. Green 10, green 10. Set up.